A very happy International Women's Day to all of you. Good evening. I am Dr. Pankaj Prashar, your family homeopath. Friends, I found this day to be a very suitable day to talk about certain issues which are related to our females, to our women. In a life where they are taking up so many jobs in our homes, in our offices, in our schools, in our colleges, where a female is being working and doing a lot of roles altogether. These females they suffer from a lot of issues related to their health, which they often ignore, and they don't actually want, or I won't say want, but they actually don't care about, because they are more involved in taking care of their family, of their children, their husband, their in-laws, their father, mother, parents, brothers, everyone. So let's take a chance to let's take this day as an ode to one of the beautiful creations of God, of a woman who basically sacrifices a lot of things for her family, who does a lot for her family, and what we can give her in return is a very small token of love and affection and care in the form of a very brief and a very quick review of the problems which they usually suffer from and the solution to all those problems. So, starting with the very first and foremost problem that our females suffer from is a very, very common issue nowadays, which we call as polycystic ovarian disease, or PCOD, or we call it as PCOS if it is without any cyst in the ovaries. Now, this problem is one of the most commonest problems that the females are suffering from, and usually the problem begins at times early during the puberty, or even late after pregnancy or before the marriage, where the first symptom that the female comes across is that she starts having a missing of the hormones, a delay in the of the menses. Sorry, there is a delay in the menses, and that results in gaining of weight and having a lot of physical changes, having acne, hair fall, a lot of hair growth on the chin area, on the cheek area, and at times signs of depression, signs of anxiety, a lot of mood swings which come before, during, and after menses. And usually, the treatment given for this PCOD or PCOS problem involves the taking of oral contraceptive pills, which has its own side effects. As we all know, that at times it leads to more hormonal imbalances, it leads to more weight gain, and a lot more other changes which are unexplainable at times. So here, the first and the foremost problem, PCOD, is something of a very, very common nature. We see all across a lot of females suffering from it. And here in homeopathy, we have an answer to the problem, where we try to resolve the issue by giving medications that not only help in regularizing the menses, but they also help in, in bringing about changes in the appearance, where we say if she's having acne, a lot of dandruff, hair fall issues, these cosmetic issues are also very well taken care of with very simple homeopathic medications, whose only effect is that they eventually help and don't cause any side effects. Another important issue is that the females come across, mostly the females who are married, or who are have a baby, they've already had one pregnancy, and they want to have another one, is fibroids in the uterus. Now, this fibroids, as the name suggests in itself, is a sort of a benign tumorous sort of an outgrowth that happens in the uterus. And as a result of that, what happens is that there's a lots and lots of blood flow during the menses. At times, the menses are prolonged. At times they occur within a span of 15 days. There is a lot of flow, a lot of clots, a lot of pain that basically the female experiences. And as we know that in India, a lot of females already suffer from anemia, that they have a very low hemoglobin level. This fibroid uterus, this fibroid problem and the blood flow related to it, it adds to the issue, because it leads to more and more blood loss, and as a result, the anemia also sustains, and it always worsens further. So, what is done for a fibroid? The best treatment given is a surgical treatment, where it is advised that you should get your fibroids removed through surgery, or at times, if by chance the uterus is, the fibroids are bigger in size and the uterus is very much delaying because of that, even the complete hysterectomy is advised, and the patient is advised to completely remove the uterus, which in turn leads to a lot of other hormonal imbalances, and as a result, the female has to take a large amount of hormones in the form of medicines. Hormonal therapy and HRT is given, and that also results in further side effects. Homeopathy offers an answer where we try to take care of this fibroid problem The first thing that we try to take care of are the symptoms related to it, where we try to manage the excessive blood flow, the frequent menses, the lot of the back pain, the frequent urination. These symptoms are taken care of, and gradually with the treatment we've seen that the fibroids, they start dissolving, and eventually the patient gets rid of these fibroid problems. The another major issue that the females normally of who are unmarried, who are single, and when they start with their menses during the pubertal stage, when they enter into the menarche, is dysmenorrhea. Dysmenorrhea, as the term suggests, is a term which is used for painful menses. Now, usually what happens is that a few days before the menses, there's a lot of pain, a crampy pain, pain in the legs, pain in the abdomen, pain in the lower part of the abdomen and in the back. And as a result of that, the patient or the female completely goes out of work. She's not able to sit, she's not able to work, she's not able to stand for a longer time, and she has to take some painkillers for the same. Now, usually this problem settles after the marriage and when the uterus starts relaxing, and eventually it is taken care of. But in females in whom it starts quite early during the pubertal stages, at times it can be a lot life-threatening, that they usually go into a shock stage where, because of the pain, it has been found that a lot of patients, they even become unconscious, and as a result they become more and more weak, because eventually the pain takes the toll onto it. So here ultimately again there are medicines, wonderful medicines in homeopathy, which take care of, they don't only take, not only and ensure that the female does not get the pain during the menses. And over a period of time, with a regular treatment of a few months, we have seen that the pain altogether goes away, and there is no other problem coming up in later life. So these are three very, very common issues which normally we come across, and these are the issues which are mostly found in the females who are coming to us in the clinic also. And a lot of doctors and a lot of a lot of doctors see such patients, and even we have a lot of patients who are suffering from all these issues, and these are very common problems that the females are suffering from. Now, in general, talking about homeopathy also has an answer to a lot of other hormonal imbalances which are related to the female system, wherein there are problems like endometriosis, there are problems like fibroadenoma, problems like endometritis, leukorrhea, backache because of the leukorrhea, these problems, and problems which are related to fertility, where the female is not being able to conceive because of hormonal imbalances. So homeopathy gives a very, very good answer, has a very, very good answer to all such problems. The only thing what is required is that there are two ways of doing it. One is that we just take a very small list of symptoms and we eventually prescribe on that minimum set of symptoms that we are taking, and the other is where we go into a detail of the case, where we try to evaluate that how the problem started, why it started, and eventually what all symptoms are there, collaborating the whole case detailed history along with the symptoms that the female is suffering from. When we prescribe, we have usually seen that the improvement starts coming in a very short span of 3 to 6 months of time period only. And over a period of time, the symptoms start improving. And once the symptoms start improving, we've even seen through reports that the fibroid or the cyst in the ovaries or whatever pathological change is there in the female organs is also being seen to settle down with the treatment that is being given. The only thing that is missing is that a lot of people don't know about it, that yes, homeopathy has a very, very good cure rate in treating all these issues, all these problems that the females are suffering from. Usually they are a little reluctant to go to a homeopath and take the treatment, because they feel that homeopathy does not have an answer to it. And I would say that it is not, there's no mistake, it's not their mistake, it's just that they don't have the knowledge about it, they don't have the idea about it, that yes, homeopathy has a very, very good answer to all such female problems. And what I would like to add on is that on this female International Women's Day, we should eventually try to know more about the issues that the females are suffering from, and how homeopathy wonderfully treats all those problems without causing any sort of side effects, with simple medications, with very gentle and mild medications, very easy to take, and very much having a very, very specific action on the specific problem that you are basically suffering from. So as a doctor, as your family homeopath, I would definitely suggest that if you or anyone in your family or anyone that you know in your circle, in your friend circle, in your relatives, has an issue with regards to any of the female hormonal imbalances related problem, I would suggest that they should definitely consult a homeopath, and they should definitely take up homeopathy as a treatment, not only to have an improvement in their symptoms, but to cure the problem that they are basically suffering from. And I can assure you that if a proper treatment is given with a proper case taking and the proper constitutional medication and specific medications being prescribed, the patient definitely improves wonderfully well in a very short time span, and gets rid of the problem that he is suffering from. Again, wishing all a very happy International Women's Day, and just paying my respects and gratitude and regard to all the females across the world who are basically very much who have been taking care of their families, their children, their family members, and just ignoring their own health at the stake of all the work that they are doing. And a lot of respect and a lot of gratitude for those females, and a very happy International Women's Day. Thank you very much.